acceleration of business and manufacturing investment and policy. In other words, this topic looks at how Europe builds business through manufacturing from biological platforms. And for that, we have a nice panel, and this panel brings together companies, policymakers, public-private partnerships, and large-scale initiatives dedicated to ensuring that Europe is competitive on a global level in this fast-moving technology area.
Amongst the overarching priorities of the EuropaBio Industrial Biotechnology Council is a favorable policy and regulatory environment for industrial biotechnology products and processes in the EU, and the need for a science-based, proportionate and predictable regulatory approach to both current and future biotechnology innovation. One concrete example is the discussions around the current EU GM regulatory framework, which is not fit for purpose for new genomic techniques and their products. And this was also acknowledged by the Commission last year in their study. We see a clear need for a modernized EU GMO legislation, and to be future-proof there, it should move from process-centric to product-centric approach. It's very important to also consider microorganisms here in parallel.
We have seen over the past 5 to 7 years a very strong acceleration for bio-based product appetite. Now, and I think it's part of the acceleration, market is changing, customers' behavior is changing as well. Maybe it's how we can consume better than bigger, and then I think it creates a lot of new opportunities for new technology.
Investing into research and innovation and setting ambitious policy objectives are very, very important, but they're not enough. So innovative products and breakthrough innovations could bounce, and they do bounce back on the reality of dense European regulatory frameworks and contradictory DG objectives. And modern innovations need agile regulatory and policy frameworks to speed up time to market.
Indeed, we have to work together, and that the public investment have a role to play to ensure that the company becomes solid, stable, and they can attract investment from venture capitalists and from other mechanisms, because we are believing in this change, and this comes from the public side and especially the European Union. So de-risking and attracting investment, but creating also the capacity to put together the actors that need around the value chain and facilitating the transfer of technology and the scale up of the technology. And to conclude on this part, I highlight the big role that SME have. These are part of our ecosystem and are a strong backbone of the European economy. So not only continue to invest in upscale, but also take what is mature and put it available for everyone all over Europe.
Be bold. The demand is much bigger than the offer. So let's be optimistic and be evidence-based on what you can bring with all the project you can have. Evidence-based on the environment, on the employment and the revenues for the companies, and your project can be funded with the support of the French government, but also with Europe.
We have a problem in Europe with our regulatory framework. The GMO legislation is really hampering innovation, and although there is a modernization in progress now, if they only include plant biotechnology and only plant NGTs, then we won't make it. We must include microorganisms as well and other biotech applications. To truly benefit from innovation for health and sustainability and welfare, Europe should make the sustainable choice the easiest choice. All along the route from bench to consumer. And well, one major bottleneck I just touched upon already is the GMO legislation. I think we really need a paradigm shift in the way we approach biotech. So we shouldn't discriminate products for the way technology it's made with. We should have to look at the product itself, regardless of whether it's a GMO or not.
Industrial biotech improves the product quality and the effectiveness. And by this, it really is a strong enabler of the Green Deal and the farm to fork strategy. So it's needed. Modern food innovations need agile regulatory and policy frameworks to speed up time to market and provide the economy of scale for a great future.
The procedure of granting approval of novel foods is really long and tedious. We believe that it should take around 18 to 24 months at least. We would be happy to see more standardization system that will be implemented broadly for all foodstuffs.
There's a lot of knowledge in Europe in biotech, in food science. We have scale-up centers. There's funding through CBE, through Horizon Europe, VCs willing to support your ideas, but without having a clear view on the regulatory process and without having a shorter regulatory path, indeed, a lot of innovations fail and never get to market.